People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of 7 on Twitter and YouTube, people elsewhere on the internet. My soaps are located at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. And I'm about to make some turmeric and almond milk soap. And I infused some turmeric. Basically, I took this entire 1.5 ounce can and this big thing of olive oil, put it in there. I infused it almost 2 weeks ago, and I've been letting it sit and get stronger and all that. I use heat to infuse it to intensify the effect. And I'm going to use that as the olive oil portion of this soap. I got almond milk. Almost got to take that out. I am going to be using this mode because turmeric does tend to stain. So I figure if it stains this, I could literally boil this in bleach or whatever until I get it to, no longer be stained. And I have to risk one of my wooden modes. This is going to be my dedicated turmeric mode. It's like I have a dedicated olive oil mode, a dedicated coconut oil mode, because some of my friends are allergic to those ingredients, so that's my way of making sure their soap doesn't have those in it. So this is going to be my dedicated turmeric mode. So yeah. In the meantime, got my bonnet on, getting the gloves on, taking these rings off. Check my recipe for my levels. By the way, Luann brand coconut oil is no longer available at Kroger's. Instead, they have Luann brand liquid oil. See, that's how they get you. The Luann brand coconut oil was in a 30-ounce container. Invariably, they had 28 ounces of coconut oil instead of a full 30 ounce, but at least it was available. And now they got this 16-ounce liquid coconut oil, basically fractionated coconut oil, for the same $6 that the 30 ounce would cost. That's how they get you. And if that wasn't bad enough, excuse me, now you can't even get it. And I went to 3 different Kroger's before I found the 30-ounce coconut oil. It's Kroger brand. And I only could find 2 containers because apparently everybody else had the same idea I had. Hey, that's going away. Let's grab all of it. So, double check my measurement. Yeah. When I asked the little lady at Kroger's, where is it? Do y'all still sell it? So forth, so on. Her whole reaction was, oh, it cooks the same. I said, I'm not going to cook it. I make soap. I I don't want this itty bitty little container. I need the 30 ounce. Somebody told me to go to Myers, and I was on my way to Myers when my daughter needed something from Kroger's, and I was at the Kroger's by her house. So I just went on and checked the aisle, and boom, that's where I found this. And the Luann brand was missing from that store too, but at least they did have the Kroger's brand. Yep, yep. I got the turmeric in here. I'm making sure it is completely integrated. Then I'm going to tare till it goes to 0, and then I'm going to pour my measurement amount. And hope it all fits in this container. Okay, give me a second. Man, that was a good guess. Look at that. I'll go ahead and put the rest of it in there. But a little bit extra would just be super fatty. At the time I infused the oil, I basically didn't look at how much olive oil I would need. I just said, hey, I'll just fill up this bottle. And then my recipe called for 22 ounces, and well, over 8 ounces had already been used. And then I poured some olive oil from the other bottle into here, so that way it got filled up. But yeah, that was pretty good. Now, just so I can check my math, 13, 1, and that was 9. So the total was 22.3 when I was looking for 22. So yeah, that worked out well. Dedicated spoon. As you can tell, and this has been bleached by the way, turmeric stains badly in the making process. But after the soap is cured and all of that, it doesn't stain in soap. Doesn't stain the skin, doesn't mess up your clothes. But I would still suggest to anybody that wants to use turmeric soap to either use a yellow washcloth or a dark colored washcloth just in case. I purposely use powdered turmeric because it doesn't stain as badly as fresh turmeric, but yeah, it still stains. I'm thinking the lye will saponify most of the stain properties out because I've checked with many of my soapy friends and they said they had no problem after the saponification process. But the issue is during the infusion process and all that, I'm still seeing staining, so that's my concern. This is my first time making a turmeric soap, so I don't know if it's going to, cause the issues that I'm fearing. See, that's another reason why I usually use 2 pairs of gloves, or take off your rings so that way you don't have to worry about it. Got my coconut oil. And I'm going to make my live water, which is actually live water and almond milk, but I'm not going to do that on camera because last time I made a soap on camera, they gave me a strike and said it was dangerous activities, which it is, and I'm just making soap. But yeah, I'm going to pause you for a second. And we're back. So the turmeric and the oils are all nice and completely melted and cooling down nicely. And the almond milk and water solution is cooling down. But because I'm not swirling this soap or even scenting it, I don't have to wait for this to get completely cool and all that. All I gotta do is saponify it and pour it into the mold. Speaking of which, I forgot to get a overflow mode because sometimes you make more than you think and you're gonna have to put that extra soap somewhere. So bear with me while I stand on top of something. I'm not anticipating having an overflow, but if I do, I'm prepared. Yes. And then of course I have my fine mesh strainer in case there's any curdling going on in the milk, because sometimes that happens. As you can tell, sometimes you get a little curdling. And the orange you see is from where the lye is scorching the milk just a little bit. But it's all good. That's why you usually freeze. That's why it's traditional to freeze almond milk or any milk when you're making soap, so that way it slows down population, and the orange is the scorch. But since turmeric is going to be yellow anyway, the real orange is not inviting. It'll go away by the time it cures. There are those that knows what that means, and they're giggling probably right about now. I think I'm going to put a little titanium dioxide in there to lighten it up a little bit and to provide sunscreen protection. That's the wrong bag. Titanium dioxide. Nope, that's enough for the arrowroot. Where's my titanium dioxide? There we go. First time to try. Okay. All my are usually double bagged. They send it that way so that way the powders don't get all in the air and spray your face or whatever. Or when you say, oh, let me whip this open, everything goes everywhere. So if that happens, it's because it's your fault and you didn't have patience instead of, hey, we double bagged it for you, so that ain't on us. Yeah. Just throw a little bit of this in here. And that's all I'm going to put in that. A yellow if the process reverses this orange, because that's basically what happens when you scorch almond milk. But hey, it's a milk. Which means currently the soap is this color. Introduce some of these bubbles. I don't like when that shows up in the middle of my soaps. I like smoothness. Put off the bubbles. There we go. One second. And I didn't actually mean to hit the blender that last time, but that's also why I take the blender unit and the motor apart, so that way when I'm scraping it, I don't have to worry about and my finger happens to be in that vicinity or, splash or something occurring, because that would just be a bummer. There's certain things you don't want to have to deal with, and splash live and missing fingers from a blender, that's one of them. Yeah. Sounds funny to even mention that, but I have seen some soap-related accidents in my day, and I'm not trying to have any of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's beautiful. And the bubbles are dissipating as I pour. I can see them going away. And like I said, I didn't anticipate an overflow, but there's an overflow. So I got this. So that'll be my personal bar. And I'm thinking I'm going to give this soap a pour for blah, 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 blah. First I'm going to learn how to use words. And then I'm going to give this soap a full 4-week cure, because it is a milk soap. And yeah, I always cure my milks extra long because milk soaps tend to have that milk scent. Sometimes when you make a milk soap, it gets this basically an ammonia scent until it fully solidifies, and then that usually goes away. But I always like to make sure by making sure it cures extra long, just in case. Yeah. My Aunt Faye says at all times, just in case. Everything in her life is just in case. And there's wisdom in that. You know, I mean, some of the things she do I find to be odd when she says just in case, but in a pinch, just in case works. That's like I got this overflow mode just in case I had an overflow. I wasn't anticipating an overflow, but as you could tell, there's an overflow. So just in case works. You know what I mean? Okay. This right here. This right here. I'm going to find this mode. Let's see if I can use the frame as a brace. That'll work. Yeah. See, that way the sides are all nice and straight and there's no bevel out because, you know, go ahead and, yeah. So I don't have to worry about it beveling. But because of just physics, I can't slide this into where it goes because this is sitting on top. But I am going to, like that. Let's find my wax paper. Well, remember where I put the wax paper. I'll use freezer paper. Ah. Just in the wax paper. There we go. Ah, well. Got a little splash of turmeric on it. It's all good. See, when I put this shield in the mold that comes out of, it keeps it from doing all that, you know, gel phase sweating. But since this is not the mold that goes with this, and I'm going to press it down a little to get a nice sealed surface, I can put the wax paper there to break the seal. That way it doesn't do that sweat thing. Yeah. So that way, when I put it to sleep and put, you know, towels and stuff over it, I don't have to worry about it doing the bubble up thing. Yeah. In the meantime, this has been People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at purplebutterfly-soaps.myshopify.com. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Bye now. I got soapy dishes to clean up. And of course I'll bring you back for the cutting later when it's time to cut it. I'm going to get this thing up. I really should have the mask and the shield on for that. But it's too hot in here, so yeah. I am being careful. I'll let that sit for a couple of hours, and then when I'm sure that is neutralized a little, I'll go back and wash them up. This has been People. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Bye now.